Good evening, traders, and welcome to our show After Hours with Bereez. Let us go over what market has done today. So, as I had mentioned a setup yesterday of this particular trend line, and if we go on the intraday time frame, you can see this particular level after breaking down, it gave resistance when it gave resistance twice, and Nifty did not actually manage to break this 17,780 level or 17,009, even 800 level one can consider, since this was a high earlier. So that level still Nifty has not been able to break. Though it has closed mildly in red, the intraday move was quite large at one point. I mean, it doesn't look large this way, but when you look at the option pricing and all, this move was not priced in at all. Going over to Banknifty, from left to right, the trick that Kshitij has told us. Looking at Banknifty, it's still very sideways. I mean, after it has entered this particular range, it has just stayed sideways. One false breakdown kind of situation did happen around 1 o'clock, same time, so in Nifty and Banknifty both, and from there it recovered, closed in the same zone, in fact in the same range as the first candle of the day. So if we go on the daily time frame, it has made a hammer kind of candle, which shows that there is a lot of buying happening at the lower price levels. That might indicate that we can actually consider an up move, at least for a few hundred points more. And a similar trend line setup in Banknifty as well, so it does give us opportunity to trade different setups. One can take retests here or breakouts here, depending upon the setups. I particular am finding a little difficult now to find directional setups in both Nifty and Banknifty, since they are in such zones and the intraday movements are so violent that it's really difficult to track and get entry in the zones that we are actually looking at. Going over to Finnifty, today was Finnifty expiry. I did trade Finnifty expiry. In fact, I was carrying over a very small positional trade as well, which was a combination of Banknifty and Finnifty options. The trade went as planned in the positional trade, that is. It did give decent enough profit, slightly less than I was hoping for. But considering this particular move, in which, mind you, at 10:40, somewhere here, I had exited my positions. Because at that point a lot of decay had already taken place. My intraday positions were in decent profit. My positional trades were in decent enough profit where I could exit the market and be happy with it. And in subsequent for hour, it looked like I was a little hasty when I exited. I should have held on. It felt like that. But then I saw that the options I was holding at one here, I think the option had reached 1 rupee, 1.5 rupee. It ballooned all the way to 14-15 rupees in the down move, and again it went to zero in the subsequent up move. So at the end of the day, I look at my trade book and it looks like I could have held on to my position and made 1.5% on my capital. But just because the outcome says that that could have happened does not mean the process would have allowed it. I would have taken several stop losses here. I would have taken several stop losses here. I might actually have ended up in a loss as well. So looking back, early exit was warranted, and it's a good thing I took the early exit. Moving on to stocks, I don't really, before going to stocks, there is an interesting setup in a ticker we don't usually cover a lot, and that is USDINR. You can see it is once again touching its ATH. It's near its ATH of 83 rupees for a dollar. And if you remember, I had taken a trade earlier where I had bought puts in this particular fall. Actually, I had bought puts and I had exited, capturing about I think 100% ROI on the option, since index currency options are really inexpensive. If one wants to get into FN, I would suggest get into currency options before you get into any other, because the ticket sizes are really small and you can position your trade really well. So yeah, if we touch 83 rupees once again, I will buy puts once more. That is a trade I am really looking at right now. I have really very high hopes. My current accuracy in currency trading is decent enough that it gives me confidence. Going on to well, before we move on to stocks, let's just go over what the overall index has done. And as you can see, all the large boxes which signify the large companies of the index are all gray, means they have not moved much, not even 1% here and there. The top four financials are flat, top two IT companies are flat, Reliance is flat. Well, FMCG has moved a little, but it has not contributed that much to the index. The really strong down move you see is in the Tata Steel, and that is on the account of them posting a Q3 loss yesterday, which was unexpected. I mean, I'm pretty sure the consensus was that profit will go down as the economic cycle is turning. I don't think analysts were actually expecting losses from Tata Steel. I will dive deeper into why they had to post losses, which line item caused this loss. But because the Tata Steel sort of hampered the sentiment, sale also closed in a decent amount of green, 3.5%. Hindalco closed in, red, sale closed in red, Hindalco closed in red. So the sentiment kind of did spill over into other metal stocks as well. And surprise, I mean, I'm just gonna point and I'm gonna move on. I have no interest in discussing the stocks anymore. Adani did pay a large amount of a decent amount of their loan prematurely, so just to signal to the market that all is well in the Adani camp. Moving on to Kotak, well, this green demand zone that was marked here, it looked like it failed here, but then it has reclaimed it, and Kotak might actually move up. I'm really bullish on Kotak. We have discussed it in our previous shows as well. If you want us to dive deeper into individual stocks and their businesses, do let us know in the comment section, because those kind of videos do take a lot of time to create. The information collection itself might take several days. So yeah, if you are interested, do let us know. If that series ever starts, there is a good chance it will start from Kotak Bank, because the way it works. Let me just go over the watch list that I have over to your right, and I don't see anything interesting really. No interesting setup forming even in this gap. Still in Tata Motors, this gap is still to be filled, so there is no trade here. Oil well gave a decent up move, and it is in my portfolio. All these three stocks, Indian Oil, ONGC and Oil, all three are in my portfolio. I added them recently for swing trade for the time being. I will see how that goes. I'm considering the valuations and overall situation and everything. I think these stocks have made their bottom somewhere here, and from here they might actually rally at least 10-15%. That is my thesis. Your thesis may vary if you are taking any trades based on what we discuss. Let me remind you, this show is purely for educational and sort of news. You can consider it. We do not give recommendations or anything. All the trades that we discuss here are the trades we take ourselves. We just share them with you. Taking them, not taking them is completely down to your own risk appetite. So I think on that disclaimer, thanks for tuning into After Hours with Bereez. Link to our Telegram channel, Instagram page, blog, and all the other, a couple of interesting books as well, in fact, are in the video's description. Thanks. Like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel. There is a bell icon next to it. Hit that so that you get notified every time we upload a video. Thanks for tuning into Bereez.